Welcome to In Depth with Academia. I'm Richard Price, CEO of Academia.edu, and today, wow, do we have a fascinating topic for you. So, let's just dive right in, right? This episode, we're unpacking a paper authored by Juan P. González, and as always, I want to remind you, I'm here to walk you through this work neutrally. No endorsement, no judgment, just the facts and ideas, and hopefully some curiosity sparked along the way. So, let's lay it out. What's the core question or problem Juan sets out to tackle in this paper? Well, the title kind of gives us a clue. La Foca Martínez. But, really, the big underlying question is, what happens when the extraordinary collides with the everyday? How do people respond when something truly outside the norm, like, I don't know, a seal suddenly appearing in your backyard, just disrupts all sense of normalcy? And why is that significant? Well, because think about it, we've all had those moments where life takes a turn we never ever saw coming, and we have to figure out in that moment how to respond. Do we ignore it? Do we help? Do we panic? The way we navigate those unexpected events tells us something about ourselves, right? Now, the paper doesn't really take the traditional academic form. It's actually a narrative, the first chapter in a series of 45, that uses fiction to dig into bigger philosophical questions. Let me just sum up what happens. You've got Gerardo, your totally average guy, out to find some late-night beer and relax in his backyard. Really relatable stuff. But then he starts hearing these strange, watery sounds. And when he checks, he discovers, wait for it, a seal, actually a baby seal, has appeared in his wash basin. Imagine that for a second. Would you believe your eyes? I don't even know what I'd do. Which, by the way, is exactly the space this story explores. So, you get Gerardo debating with himself. Is he dreaming? Is this real? And if someone sees him with a seal in his backyard, what will they think? There's this whole anxious back and forth with questions like, should he hide the seal? Should he call the authorities? What if they give him a fine? And the story gets into this really human side. How sometimes the thought of a temporary crisis, like, I don't know, a lost animal, can feel scarier in the moment than, like, the much bigger idea of losing your mind. There's a kind of dark humor there, but also a lot of empathy. Let's go through the methods, or, well, in this case, the literary techniques. Juan uses stream of consciousness narration, so we're right inside Gerardo's head, hearing all his doubts, his little justifications, how he gets attached to the animal so quickly, and it gets super practical in places. Gerardo searches what seals eat, finds a can of tuna, tries to make a bed for her, and worries about whether he's now legally responsible for this wild creature. There's almost this instructional quality. What do you do when life hands you something you did not sign up for? It's funny. In the midst of this, my mind just floated for a second, thinking about a time a pigeon somehow found its way into my apartment. Not a seal, obviously, but you get what I mean. Sometimes you just have to improvise, and there's never a rule book, right? Sorry, little digression, but it's these small, weird moments in life that stay with us, right? So, back to the story. What are the key insights here? Well, the narrative shows us that the boundaries between the ordinary and the bizarre are a lot thinner than we expect. It's about how we negotiate our responsibilities when confronted with the unknown. Do we prioritize legality, morality, our comfort, or the well-being of a stranger, animal, or human? And, maybe, how our first response is often shaped by fear, not actual risk. That's something to chew on, isn't it? And for you as a listener, why does this matter? Because you never know what's coming next. The world is full of surprises, some beautiful, some absolutely baffling. This story and the series that follows open space to reflect. Are we ready to meet the extraordinary with care, curiosity, and responsibility? Or will we freeze, look away, hope it just solves itself? I'm not giving you answers, just putting these questions out there. And remember, I'm just presenting the content of the paper. This is one perspective, not gospel truth. So, as we wrap up, whether it's a seal in your patio or just Monday morning throwing you a curveball, it pays to stay adaptable, to let yourself feel confused or scared, and then figure out your next move. Fiction like this can help us rehearse those unsettling moments safely so that maybe the next surprise is just a little less overwhelming. Thanks for joining me on In Depth with Academia. I hope you're walking away with a few fresh questions, and who knows, maybe ready for whatever life tosses into your backyard. Until next time, keep reading, keep thinking, and don't let the extraordinary catch you off guard.